Hello guys, it is Gate of Theories here, and recently the brand new Frozen 2 trailer has been released, and it has given us lots and lots of information about what Frozen 2 is going to be about. Now, we've already had two trailers prior to this. We had the teaser trailer with Elsa running into the water, and it was basically just her running, and then we had the other trailer which showed us all of these weird mystical symbols, I'd call them, and shows a bit of what the character's journey is going to be throughout this movie. Now, last time the trailer came out, we did a full big analysis on what on earth these symbols might mean and what on earth these symbols might mean to the overall story, and basically discussed what that trailer basically told us about the entire plot of Frozen 2, and I highly recommend you go and check out that video if you want to find out what on earth these weird symbols mean, and if you want to basically know what Frozen 2 is going to be about, because this brand new trailer that we've got recently sort of confirms what I was saying in the last video about these symbols and stuff like that. So I thought today, since I discussed all about those symbols and what on earth the plot of Frozen 2 might be in the last video when the last trailer came out, you can go and check out that video by clicking the link in the description or going up there by clicking the card. So I thought, instead of discussing them sort of things today, let's discuss something else, because this brand new trailer shows something that the other two trailers didn't really. Like, the other two trailers showed a little glimpse of this, but this trailer sort of shows lots of it, and that is the four elements of nature: earth, fire, water, and air. And you might not realize this, but they are present in quite a lot of the trailer. So today, we're going to dig really deep into these four elements of nature and dig really deep into this trailer and see if it tells us any more information about Frozen 2. But before we go any further, just make sure that you've clicked that red subscribe button down below and have your notifications turned on so that you get notified whenever we make any more Frozen 2 videos. Now, throughout these trailers, it basically seems to always be showing some type of element throughout each different scene in the trailer. In fact, in the first teaser trailer that we got, which was literally Elsa running out to the water and attacking the waves so that she could survive, because the waves are trying to kill her, well, sort of drown her, because she's running out, seeing if she can test her powers. That whole trailer is just showing the element water, and it's showing it in quite a fierce way, and basically none of us really realized that this first trailer was showing us one of the elements, and then the second trailer we got a few more elements added, and then this brand new trailer literally has in each scene one of the different elements and shows it in quite a mysterious way, and each of these elements are pretty present throughout this whole trailer. Now, of course, at the beginning of the trailer we have all of that flashback scene, and I think I might do a whole video just dedicated to that scene, because that scene's pretty important, and it's showing us about a bit of the background, basically showing us about Elsa's past, because this place where they're heading to, it even says it in the trailer, it's calling Elsa. It's basically saying, this is where you got your powers from. In my last video, that's basically what I discussed.
Find who is calling to you. They may have answers.
But throughout this whole trailer, there's always different scenes of the different elements. So if we go back to the water scene that we had in the teaser trailer, we have that reappearing here again, and we also have a moment where Elsa is practicing her powers using ice to jump off different things in this cave area, which, by the way, I think in this scene it's just going to be that, like, Let It Go moment. Like in the first film, we had the most popular song, Let It Go, probably the best song by far in the musical, even though you might all hate it. I don't mind the song. In the first movie, the song Let It Go was, of course, Elsa testing out her powers and building a whole ice castle. In this scene, she's testing out her powers again, so I reckon it's going to be a song moment, and that's going to be like that Let It Go song moment in there. But anyway, so in this scene of the trailer, it might be showcasing the element water again, and like I was saying before, the scene where she's facing that water horse might be one. There's also many other scenes where it shows lots of other elements. For example, the purple mysterious fire that we keep on getting, which is apparently magical fire according to the writers, but that showcases the element fire, of course. We have those big giant creatures, and that moment where Olaf and Anna are going along a rowing boat, and then they see different bits of rock, and of course that is meant to represent the earth. And then, of course, we have a part where they're literally taken by a tornado. What's that meant to reference? It's meant to, of course, reference air. the final and fourth element. And you could also say that air is also seen in the big cloud of air that basically guards these mysterious stones, and Elsa is the only person who manages to help get through it. So as you can see, these 4 elements are pretty present throughout the entire trailer. And what I've came to realize about this trailer and about what the overall plot of the movie is going to be about is that each character is going to come up against one different element that relates to their character. And you'll understand what I mean in a sec, but you'll notice that throughout these trailers, we're basically finding about each character's past. We're finding out about how Elsa got her power. We're finding out about Anna's past. We're finding out about a moment where we find out where Sven originally came from. We're basically finding out about each of the main characters' past, and these elements are going to help show us about their pasts. And like I was saying before, it seems that throughout this whole trailer and probably throughout the movie, each character is going to be up against each one of the elements depending on what their personality is like. So for example, Elsa is of course against the element water. Like we keep on explaining, it relates to her character because, well, she has ice powers. Ice melted is basically just water. Throughout the teaser trailer, in fact the entire teaser trailer, was just about Elsa running out to the water and fighting against it. And she faces that water horse, and basically the element that she's up against is water, which is very similar to her powers. And as for the other 3 elements, are each going to be given to either Anna, Kristoff, or Olaf. Now, Sven is probably going to be in the same range as Kristoff. So the question is, if we know that Elsa's is water, then what on earth is Anna, Kristoff, and Olaf's, and which one do they fit? Do they either fit earth, fire, or air? And it's probably easier than you think. Now, the first one we're going to discuss is Anna, who fits fire. Now, for ages, I've always thought that Anna is going to be contrasting to Elsa. And what's the best way to contrast? Water and fire. They're complete opposites, just sort of like Anna and Elsa. And in fact, in 2017, so years before we got any sort of trailers, years before any sort of this Frozen 2 thing was even a thing, like it was just like an idea, maybe they're going to make Frozen 2, I created a video basically suggesting, what if Anna had fire powers? And if you really want to go and check out that video, it basically explains why I think Anna might have fire powers in Frozen 2. But again, it was created in 2017. The quality is pretty bad, and it's basically just laughable at my voice because I'm young. I have a really high voice. So if you really want to go and check that out, there'll be a link to it in the description, or you can go and click the card up there. But for a while, I've always said that Anna might have fire powers. And throughout this trailer, we've always seen the magical purple fire. As the writers of Frozen have literally said, this fire is basically just magical fire. And there's this line in the trailer that says this.
Get out of there! You can't just follow me into fire. Then don't run into fire.
And it's basically saying that Anna ran into fire to try and protect Elsa because Elsa was being surrounded by this purple fire. And what it basically suggests is lots of these scenes in the trailer, we always see Anna near the purple magical fire. And I have a theory that basically her element that she's going to have to deal with is fire. Just from that one line and from some scenes that we've seen, we've always seen Anna with this fire. And also it contrasts completely what her sister is doing, which is water. She gets fire instead. So she'll be up against the purple fire, which leaves Olaf and Kristoff, which is the 2 hardest ones. So we're going to start with Olaf, and I think his is air. And the reason for that is because throughout this whole trailer, we do see Olaf go against the element air quite a lot. He's blew away quite a lot of the time by when the leaves are being blown away and parts of his body falls off because, you know, he's a snowman. And I have a feeling that his is going to be air because throughout the whole trailer, the element that he seems to always come up against is air. And as for Kristoff, well, I think his is earth because it's the last one. And there are several scenes where we see him interacting with earth. Now, we don't see him on this little boat ride that Anna and Olaf take when they first ever meet the giants, but we do see Sven and Kristoff running away from these big giants in the forest. So for that reason, I think that maybe their element is earth, and that's what they're going to be coming up against. And it makes sense because in Frozen 1, we found out a bit about Kristoff's character. He used to be helping with breaking the ice, and he was always travelling around Arendelle with the trolls, so it would sort of make sense. The trolls are rocks, and the element is earth, it sort of makes sense that his would be earth. So that is all the characters' elements that they'll be up against, but at the end of the trailer, there's literally a scene which involves all of them. Fire, earth, then water, and then finally it shows literally all of them coming all together with Olaf running away. So that just proves that this whole movie is going to be about all these 4 elements: water, fire, earth and air, and each character is going to be against one of them, and it's going to tell us a little bit about their past. So guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then make sure that you smash the like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you agree with me about which character is which element, make sure you leave it in the field section down below, and if you don't, then why don't you choose an element for the character and explain your reasons for it down there. And as always, of course, there is in the description the links to the other Frozen videos, so if you want to find out about those weird symbol things, go check out the Frozen 2 analysis trailer video, and if you want to go and see if Anna might have fire powers and maybe just laugh a bit because the video was done in 2017, then why not go and check it out? Links will be in the description down below. And as always, we've been here on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.